Hello. I tell can't tell if you guys can hear me. The live stream interface right now is being super laggy, but try and get the light in a good spot. That's a little too close. Okay. Well, hi everybody. I don't know if anyone's here yet, probably not, but I was going to do some Make It Minis as a regular video, but when I went to, because my camcorder that I use is kind of old and it can't run unless it's plugged in. So plug it in, and I think the cord for the charger is busted. So now I can't charge it or like run it. So yeah, I'm going to have to figure something out for regular videos. But I still wanted to put something out this weekend, so here we go. In the meantime, we're going to do a live stream. Yay! I haven't done one of these in a while anyway, so this should be fun. I think these kind of things are pretty good for a live stream anyway, just because it's something to do while you're talking to people. So, the ones that I have 3 of the newer Lifestyle Home series, which is the one that has the teapots, which I am really, really hoping that I got the cat teapot or teacups. But I mean, I'd be happy with almost any teapot. I just really, I love cat stuff. So the cat teapots would be awesome. And I also have one Halloween ball. There were only 4 in Target when I went, and they have not restocked for the last couple of weeks since I bought this one. So I'm very glad that I found it when I did. It is the cake, or at least the wrapper is for the cake. I'm hoping it's not the Beetlejuice sandworm because I really want the cake. I don't really I'm excited for the Beetlejuice movie, but I don't really want the sandworm in miniature. I want the cake. So I'm hoping this is the cake. So they actually had one of each, and then I think an extra of the skeleton cup one, but I decided to only get the cake one for now because that's the one I really, really want. And in the future, maybe I'll come back and try to find the other ones. But like I said, they have not restocked for a few weeks. They only ever got the one case. So yeah, we'll do this one and 3 of these, which I'm super excited about. I don't know what these tags are for. I see them a lot on MGA stuff, and it just has the product information on it, but oh, I guess it's a security tag. I never noticed that. When I hold it up with the light, I can see the security magnetic strips and stuff in there. Anyway, here's what the newer series of Make It Mini Lifestyle looks like. It's a little washed out with my light on the webcam, trying to angle it in a way that you can see, but there's the teapot. This is series 2 of Lifestyle, and here's the barcode. Oh no, maybe you guys won't get to see the barcode that well. Let me see what happens if I do that. Yeah, there you go. These there were plenty of in Target. So, and then the Halloween one, we've got the cake on the front here, and the barcode on this one. It's upside down. And of course, there's the dirt cup and the skeletons. So I am super excited. Let's open these ones first, though, because I don't know what could possibly be in these. And I tried to get ones that sounded a little bit different, so there's a possibility of getting 3 different ones. Also, I have a couple of old gift boxes that I used for doll storage with just a towel draped over it to be our work surface. And this way it's lifted up a little bit so you guys can see. And I recently bought this. I was going to buy the official Miniverse light, but I saw that this one came recommended by some people as, I guess, a little bit better for the resin and everything, because the new resin that they're using is not as harmful. I mean, it still has kind of a like chemically smell to it, but it's definitely not as potent as the original resin that they recalled. But I still want to just cure it fast. I don't want to leave it sitting overnight somewhere. There's not really a good sunny spot in my house that an animal can't get to, like a cat or a dog. So better that I just cure it. And I've already tested it on some other ones that I had, and it works pretty well. So that's going to take some time in live stream format. That's the only downside to this, is that, the sitting time of watching me cure the resin with the light bulb. But I'll try to keep things interesting in the meantime. This is the first time that I've streamed for a while, and it showed me that there is a share your screen option now for YouTube streams, which is awesome because I never figured out how to get Twitch to work well for me. So if I could just keep it all on YouTube and be easy to like share my screen and do some fun live stuff with you guys, that would be great. Of course, a lot of the stuff that I would like to do would probably get copyright strikes right away. But I mean, other people have live streamed games before, right? I want to play some games for you guys. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so pretty much the same kind of capsule that you usually get. Looks like a giant whoopie pie or something. Alrighty. So there's this. Just a little plastic tray that says Miniverse. And we have our shelf, I guess, and then the bottom of the capsule. So this is not a teapot. Shoot. It's some kind of vase. It says mold it yourself. So this is the one that we got. And it's like a seashell shaped vase with some flowers. So I guess you're supposed to mix the resin, put it in the mold, and then it makes your vase. That's cool, but I wanted the teapot. Man, I really hope one of them at least is the teapot. But here we have our flowers. These, one of them broke. Nice. Let's see if I can put that back on. You little jerk. Well, I'll have to glue that later. But we have some flowers in the little paper bouquet holder. So we've got a little fuzzy yellow one and then some pink ones. I have one similar to these pink ones already from the first series of the lifestyle ones, and then one of the flower heads fell off. So I'll have to put that back later, but we can still do the other part of it in the meantime. I'm going to open all the capsules first, and I'll try to keep all the pieces in the right places, and then we can start going through the actual making process. Or maybe it would just be better to make one thing at a time. I don't know. Let's look at these bags and we'll decide. So first we have this one. with a big sun on it that says, "Thank you." I don't know if you guys probably can't see any of this. I'm realizing too that nobody has chatted yet. Probably Sunday afternoon is not the best time to stream. Okay, so we have. This seems to be the trend too with some of the newer Miniverse things is you're mixing stuff together and then molding it, because the Harry Potter ones and the Lord of the Ring ones have you mix the resin in with some like glitter powder or some other kind of stuff before you put it in whatever container or mold. The Lord of the Rings one looks really fun, even though I've never watched any of the movies. Well, I saw the first Hobbit movie, but that was only because Martin Freeman was in it. But I don't really know anything about Lord of the Rings. But the idea of making my own sword for my dolls is pretty cool. Anyway, so this one is the resin. It comes in a big jug, and it says "Makey Make." See, it's got the sun on it. It says 100% crafty on the back. And then there's Hue Dust in pearl, which is just glitter dust to get all over the place. And it did come with a little spout for the resin so that you can pour it neatly. And then this one would be our little tools. And we also have the legs for the shelf. Shelf with it came with this teeny tiny brush. See, it's got real bristles, I guess, to brush something. We haven't found out what yet. In this bag, it's another one with the thank you sun on it. We have sandpaper. Huh. That's interesting. I did see that there is like a sander tool in the Lord of the Rings ones to kind of help you get rid of any rough edges after you mold your stuff. And then there's this little checkered piece of paperboard for some kind of mat, I guess. And then I guess this last one is the actual mold. So it shows on the front the thingy, the seashell vase. Okay. So it comes in a little plastic casing, which it's taped shut. Oh, it's a rubbery mold. So really, you could probably use this again if you had leftover resin from other projects in like different colors, or even if you had like the clear resin from the fish tanks and maybe you didn't want to put it in the fish tank, you could make this in whatever resin color you want. Or, you can buy resin at the craft store, so you don't even have to use the Miniverse resin. Okay, so that is all our supplies to make this. And I'm going to put it aside for now. I think I got to find out first if we got any teapots. I'm going to be so disappointed if not one of these three is a teapot. Come on, please. Oop, somebody just texted me. I'm sorry. Okay. Come on, baby. Give me a teapot. I like also, it didn't have it on that one, but see, there's these stickers that say new in big letters on some of the new capsules from Make It Mini, I guess, so that parents realize that these are the newest ones. Buy these for your kids. They already have the other ones. All right. The plastic that comes off in 10,000 pieces. Oh, okay. Please, please, please. Oh, there's tweezers. There's a little plate shape. Wait a minute. Oh, please, please, please be teapots. Please. I'm sorry. Yes, I think I got a teapot or teacups or something. Let's see what it says. Let's see what it says. It's the kitty teacups. Yes. Look, get the kitty teacups. Ah, so cute. Oh, I am so excited. Are you supposed to? Oh, you have to actually make the cups yourself. Wow. And then there's stickers to put on for the faces. That is so cool. So exciting. Okay. I guess that's why they give you this plastic tray too, so that you put the mold on here and then you pour the resin in so it doesn't get all over the place. Of course, you could probably use this thing for it, but there's holes in these, so resin could leak out the bottom if you're not careful. Yay! I at least got the teacups. I'm happy. I'm sorry. I gotta take a quick second. Aw. I don't know if you guys remember, but oh, somebody's here. Hello, Fanka KM. Or is it Fanka? I hope I'm saying that right. I'm waiting for the new Hello Kitty Make It mini sets. Yes, those look really super cute. I'm not like a Hello Kitty collector, but anything in miniature just makes me want it. So I would be tempted to get those. But anyway, the person that's texting me, it's somebody who we gave a cat to a couple of years ago. She was a pregnant stray cat that came to our backyard, and we have 3 of the kittens, but we couldn't keep the mom cat. So she sent me a picture of her because I haven't talked to her in a while. She's doing good and looking cute. Little mama kitty. Okay, so in this little bag here, the tool bag, we got the legs for the shelf. I never know how to put these on right. And then they also gave us 2 little tiny golden teaspoons, which will go inside the cup afterwards. Adorable. This is a little piece of paper folded over. There's too many Make It mini sets, so I would like to limit myself, and I'm a Sanrio collector, so that series is perfect for me. Well, yeah, see, that makes a lot of sense. And I also kind of, like, obviously, I feel the same way. There are way too many Make It mini sets. The lifestyle ones are the main ones that I like to collect. I'm not really into the food ones, but, I mean, they're cute. They're just, I prefer the plants and things like these, like the teapots and, housewares more than food. Although when the birthday ones come out, I definitely want to get some of those because they don't just have like food stuff. They have all the cute little birthday party decorations. It's adorable. Okay. So we got 2 different colored saucers, one orange and one brown. There are some tweezers here also that were not in a package. They were just sitting in there. This is the resin, which is in the little sun bag. And it comes with the little spout. And it looks to be white from the lid here. It says white on the top. And this is what the bottle looks like. 100% fire. sunny studio porcelain. Gives me a 90s feel. Reminds me of like those plaster places where you go and you paint ceramics. They still have them. I have Color Me Mine at a mall nearby me. And I think that's a chain, so I don't know if that sounds familiar to anyone else. But yeah, I like doing those. I've done those a lot. We used to have birthday parties all the time at the one where I used to live when I was a kid. This is... it's so cute. It's a little... Oh, it's a little tray, and it has the handles for the cups. See? Make a teacup. So cute. You could definitely use this tray afterwards for your little teacups. Let's see. I only have the kitchen set so far since it was on sale on Polish Amazon website. It was funny that like 2 months after the recall, they sent me a message that I can return it. Yeah. So you're from Poland. That's cool. Yeah, I just sent I didn't use the resin on a few of the ones that I had, but I had opened the rest of the capsule and just like did what I could without the resin. So I sent back 5 bottles the other day and I asked for a refund. So hopefully I should be getting a check from MGA sometime soon. All right. So here is the mold. And you know what I was just thinking? Because the mold is not clear. I wonder if the UV light is going to work as well through this rubber, because it's, you know, not going to reach it as easily. I guess we'll have to find out. But this is what the mold looks like. It's got a handle on the outside, but the mold doesn't actually extend to the handle itself. But sorry, I'm so used to putting my hand behind stuff to get it to focus. I got to remember, I'm trying to block the light so it's not super bright. We're going to have to make 1 cup at a time, but I can see where the little ears go. And then we have 2 more bags. This one. Oh, they're little cookies. There's a couple of cookies in there. One of them is stuck, but they've got paw prints on them. So once the cups are done, we can have our little snack. I guess the new sets can be used multiple times now. Yes, they definitely can. And I was saying, I think right before you came in, that you could use it with whatever resin, probably even craft store resin if you have that available to you. And hello, Kimura Blend. Have you heard of Yummy Land dolls? I have, in fact, and I have 2 of them. They're actually over on the bed because once I'm done with this, I was going to wash their hair. I made a video about them a few weeks ago, and they have gel in the hair, and I need to get it out, and I just haven't had the time. So I put them over there to get them out of the way for this. But I have Callie Birthday Cake and Rory Blueberry. I think those are their names. Yeah, the big ones. And I have Greta Grape, the mini one, but she's at my desk at work. But here's some sandpaper, like in the last capsule. And then these are the little sticker faces for the mugs when they're done. Little decals. And on the back, it says, decorate your own cups. See, this is really cute. Like, this is taking the Miniverse stuff to a whole nother level. Oh, that was the other one that I like. The spa ones. I really like those too. They, like, the ones they're coming up with more recently are really cool. Even better than before, and they were already pretty cool to begin with. I have 3 of them. I have Bianca, Piper, and just got Rory yesterday. Did you get the big ones or the little ones? The big ones are so much bigger than I thought they were going to be when I first opened them. All right, here's our last of the lifestyle capsules. Gonna make a mess. And I would really love to get one of the teapots to go with the teacups, but I will be happy. Oh, I think we got something. Something tea related. I think it is a pot. Because this is a nice big mold. Okay. I actually have all the little ones and only 3 of the big ones. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I really like the Yummy Land dolls. They're not for everybody, I don't think, like adult collector wise, but they definitely have a niche that they fill. What did you think of the lip gloss? Because I found it to be very, like, watery, and it burned a little bit on my lips. Okay, what do we get? We get the little green teapot. So it doesn't match the cups, but hey, I will take it. It is a teapot. If you're new here, which I don't recognize your guys' names, but yeah, I collect teapots also and teacups outside of doll collecting. That was like my first real big collection as I got older. And so this is like speaking to me. Well, I mean, for someone who loves lip gloss, I like the lip gloss. Well, then, yeah. With all of those dolls that you will have a long supply of lip gloss. All right, so here is the mold for the teapot. It's just the pot part of it, not the lid. But here's what it looks like. Pretty cool. And then this, we have, okay, so this has the spout, the handle, and the lid. So they all come pre-done. I'll probably try and get the tiny grape doll when they get here. I think their designs are adorable. Still would like to see fashion dolls in the new reboot. I agree. Proper fashion dolls would be nice. But I think this, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do that because they already made the bigger dolls that have actual brushable hair and removable fashion that, you know, it's hard to say, especially because of the style that they are. But then again, MGA is always trying to come up with the next new thing, so you never know. All right, so here we have a little white tray with a gold rim. I took that. This will be the resin. Whoop. Ooh, and this one also has some pearly dust to go with it. And we have another big jug of resin along with a spout. And then finally, oh, actually before finally, we've got a little thing with the legs and another teeny tiny brush. You know what I should have grabbed too? Because I had read the directions actually for once on one of these, and they mention having rubbing alcohol for if it gets on your hands. And sometimes it's good to even just rub something with rubbing alcohol, if it's with resin. Actually, like, if you've ever gotten gel nail polish on your hands or your feet, then they use rubbing alcohol over that too, and it kind of takes away the stickiness. But I can always grab some from the closet if I need to. And then we just got another sandpaper, and there we go. Let's see. They could do something similar to LOL, start with baby-looking dolls and then create big sisters. That's true. And I wouldn't put it past them, since they've done that in both directions for various doll lines. I also have been obsessed with vintage silverware. I'm obsessed with vintage in general, commercials, food, toys. Interesting. So, like, how vintage are you talking? Like 80s vintage or like even beyond that? All right, let's open the Halloween one. Now that we've gotten all of our other supplies together, please don't let it be the sandworm. I want the cake. I really want the cake. Wouldn't it just be my luck to pull the sandworm? I don't know if you guys saw, but they also announced the next Christmas one of the Make It Minis, and I'm super excited about that. There's a miniature Christmas tree in that set, which there's more than one layer of inner packaging on this one. That's weird. Yeah, I want the mini Christmas tree really badly, but that one has the moose cups from Christmas Vacation. That I would like to find, because that's one of my favorite Christmas movies. 1930 to 1950 and early 70s. Oh, very nice. That would be antique stores then looking for stuff. The stuff back then was made so nice too. Like, it's high quality, it lasts forever. That's why it's still around, that people can buy it in stores. Okay, so here's what we got in our Halloween thing. Oh my freaking god, I got the sandworm. You gotta be freaking kidding me. I wanted the cake. Unbelievable. I cannot believe it. Oh no, it's not the sandworm. Okay, never mind. It's just showing everything. Okay, I got scared for a second because it was on the outside here. I was like, no. All right, so we got this table with a green and black swirly pattern that we can put right in our capsule here. This definitely feels like a cake. Okay, yes. Oh, thank goodness. All right, so we've, oh, my little sprinkle container is popping open already. It says, have a spooky day. Hello, Vanessa. Welcome. Thank you for the spooky emojis. Here is our little sprinkles, which are orange and green. You can see them a little bit better on the bottom here. And we have a striped cake, or at least one level of a striped cake. So this is several tiers. And this should be another piece. Oh no, this is the cake stand. Okay, so we have our nice spooky cake stand, which has kind of a spider web scalloping on the edge and black and white striping on the pedestal. Let's see. I have a special talent of doll photography. Do you have like an Instagram or some other place where you share your doll photography? I would love to do more doll photography, but I don't have the greatest setup or the motivation a lot of times. Even like, I've been trying to be better about when I do a review, to take pictures of whatever thing it is that's in the review and do it as an Instagram post to go along with the video posting. And I have not done that for the last few. So, yeah, I got to do better at that. And just sometimes I get tired and lazy. Here we have our little bat topper for the cake. And then there is a spiderweb topper as well. Vanessa, just have Facebook. I do not have Instagram. See, I don't go on Facebook anymore, really. I also didn't mention it's the little placemat that came inside too with the orange squirrel. Yeah, I don't really go on Facebook. Like, I leave my Facebook up because my older relatives and people that I was friends with back in like high school or whatever, sometimes they'll contact me on there if they want to, but I don't use it. And I don't really use Instagram too much besides trying to post my own things. Sometimes I also follow people who talk about doll news, so I do use it for that. But I'm not like sitting there watching reels all day like some people do. I would like to take more photos of my dolls and ponies, but I'm too shy to do it out in public and take photos. I would say if that's how you feel, do it in your house. Because a lot of my pictures are from inside. Once a year, when we go on our big vacation in my family, I've been bringing a doll. Like, I have this particular Barbie fashionista made to move hybrid who I brought to Savannah, Georgia with me in July. And I took pictures of her while we were there. And I understand the shyness and everything, but at least if you're away from your hometown, sometimes you feel a little less self-conscious because you're never going to see these people ever again. But if you're not traveling and you're feeling a little self-conscious, then, try finding places around the house that just feel more comfortable doing a setup. But I would say definitely if you're somewhere where you're never ever going to see these people again, then that's always a good place to do some photography. So in this last bag that I just opened, we got the topper for the capsule, which is a teeny tiny ghost. Possibly could be glow in the dark plastic. I'm not sure. But if I could get it on. There we go. Put that there for a minute. Also got tweezers and a little cake server. And then finally, we got the glaze, which is black, I believe. Or it might be green. I'm not sure. But we've got our spooky glaze for the cake, and there's a little squeeze nozzle thingy, which I didn't mention it before looking at these other ones, but I appreciate the nozzle for more precision on getting the stuff in, because some of the older ones that just have the big openings and it just globs out and you can't really control it that well, this is good. This is a good addition. Let's see. Vanessa, I took some pictures of me at Notting Hill Carnival 2024. It's on my Facebook page with a Barbie doll that looks like me. Oh, that's cute. See, was that local for you? Or was that you were on vacation or something that you saw that? And Kimura, I'm a sucker for doll food and technology. Every time my dolls come with them, I put them on display with said dolls. Yeah. I try to do that too. I'm sorry. I like accessories to go with them in a display. Like, I just got Fearbook, Draculaura, and Twyla, and Twyla is out on the shelf. I haven't taken a picture of that yet, but I've set up kind of a Monster High like student lounge shelf, and she's with her little board game, and there's my Viridescent, no, not Viridescent, Neon Frights Draculaura is out there too with her little laptop. And my other core Draculaura here has her cell phone. Like, I'll always try to keep at least one accessory that they come with them. If they don't have like a good accessory for that, like a lot of them I gave mini fashion bags because they either didn't come with a purse or the purse they came with was lame. Let's see. Notting Hill Carnival is a carnival in 2024. I'm in costume. It was bank holiday, Monday, 26th of August. It's a one-day event. I've got 2 videos of my YouTube page and me. Okay. I didn't know you posted on your YouTube page. I have so many people in my comments and they're like, yeah, I posted a video about this or that. And then I never go back and watch them. Not because like I don't want to, but I read the comment, I reply to the comment, it disappears from my studio app, and then I forget. I gotta make it a point to look around. Do you have any videos of your MHG3 dolls? I do. I just last week did the video with Draculaura and Twyla from Fearbook. It was one video for both of them to be reviewed. I reviewed the first core Draculaura, the refresh core Draculaura, not Viridescent, Neon Frights Draculaura, Viridescent Laguna, and Monster Fest Claudine. And I think I have core Cleo and Monster Ball Draculaura. And yeah, I think that's all of them I have for now. The Garden Ghouls, the Skulltimate Secret Garden Ghoul, which is like Series 5, is on pre-order on Toy Wiz. So they should be coming out soon. I will definitely be adding that Draculaura as well. So her review will come out at some point. And I want Refresh Cleo, who I have not been able to find. I saw her once at Target, and I was like, oh, I don't have the extra money to get her at this moment. And then she's been gone. Like, she's the only refresh doll that I saw one of. She's gone, and they have not gotten another one. And I have Frankie, Welcome Committee Frankie, on order with Amazon. Toy Wiz says that they're coming out in October. So I'm hoping that's right, because I've also heard rumors that they might not come out till next year, which would be extremely disappointing because I am so excited. It's the best Frankie that they've done so far. But yeah, I think that covers all of my G3. So anyway, now that we've opened all the capsules, let's start making something. So I'm going to start with, I think I have to start with the cat cups because I'm just so excited about the cat cups. One of my other subscribers was telling me that they got the matching cat and like the pot and the teacups in their first pull of these. I was like, so lucky that you got the matching ones. But hey, I got something and I'm excited. So this is my first time doing one of these with the rubber mold for Miniverse. Let us see how it works. Let's see. I got 2 Polly Pockets this summer. Which ones did you get? They've been doing a lot of interesting collaboration Polly Pockets. I just saw that there's an Addams Family one, which I hadn't heard anything about until it, like, Next Gen put a video out about it. And there's supposed to be a Stranger Things one coming. I guess because season 5 of Stranger Things is coming out soon, and I don't understand how Stranger Things and Polly Pocket really morph together, but I don't know. MH collab and the Barbie collab. What did you think of the Barbie one? I still want to get the Monster High one, but the Barbie one kind of just looked like a mini Barbie land to me, just with like the Polly Pocket style figures. Okay, so it says to squirt in the ears first with the little nozzle and then fill up the rest of it without the nozzle. And then it says to do 10 to 15 minutes of sunlight with it facing down and up. And then I guess you squeeze it out from here. This is pretty stretchy, so I guess it would pop out easily. And then you sand the bottom, because the bottom probably will be rough. And then you put the face on. And then you use the resin to attach the handle. So I'm assuming that using the light is going to be the same amount of time as the sun, like the actual sun. We'll see. So, well, I enjoyed it, and extra points for having a disabled girl in a wheelchair. Good representation. Okay. I will say I liked the figures a little bit better, I guess because they were in the style of the Polly Pocket, because the mini Barbie Land figures are so fuzzy, like low resolution. And I feel like for something that small, you would think you would want to make it as crisp as possible because you're already on a tiny scale. I don't know. Okay, let's see if I could get this in where the ears are. Can't really see what I'm doing. Oh, okay. It's going in, kind of. Come on. I'm going to wind up with air bubbles. I know it. I could tell already. All right. So what else is going on for you guys in the world of doll collecting, or really anything? We don't just have to talk about dolls and stuff. How do I know if it's full? This must be because that printing technique that Mattel uses, but they often make it so low res it just looks off. Yeah, it looks cheap when they do that. And like, I'm really annoyed with the way they do it with the fashionistas too, because like it used to be hit or miss with the fashionistas. Like you could still potentially find one that had a nice clear face, and now it's like every single one that I see has a pixelated face. And it's a shame because I love the molds that they do. I'm looking at my fashionistas that I have up here. And yeah, I love the faces, but I can't get past the pixelation on a lot of them because a lot of them are really bad. Hello, other Kelsey. I wasn't planning on streaming today, but here I am. All right. I am starting the process. It says 50, so we'll go till it says 60 on the stream counter. Yeah, I don't know. I really do not like the low res on the faces for Barbie. Even my mermaid, because I got the Odile-faced mermaid, and hers is pixelated too, but I really like her, like, more than the other fashionistas, so I'm willing to put up with it for her, but not for the other fashionistas. Kimura, you want to get a job as an interior designer. Do you have a dollhouse that you design stuff for or decorate? I always liked decorating in The Sims. I watch Dan and Phil. They're like some of my all-time favorite YouTubers, and their Sims series, just every time I watch it makes me want to go back and play Sims and do some decorating. When it comes to doll stuff, I hope to hang up my Skulltimate Secret shelves this week. My poor dolls have been lying on the floor maybe a month. Had to be taken down to paint the walls. Yeah, I haven't hung my Skulltimate Secrets things. I just use them as storage and keep them under the bed. I'll be interested to see how the newer Skulltimate Secret locker thing works for storage, because it doesn't seem like it has as much room as the other ones, because you got that like elevator feature in the middle. But yeah, don't feel bad. Don't feel too bad about leaving your dolls on the floor. I have dolls that like lay on the floor while I'm trying to rearrange a shelf or something for weeks, because I just never get time to come up here and work on it. And I have this poor girl, doll nudity warning, but I need to make an outfit for this doll. She's supposed to be a custom Sailor Moon character, and I have not made an outfit for her for like the last 2 years. So don't feel bad. You're not the only one who has to let their dolls sit for a little bit and wait. They'll be there for you when you're ready, when you have the time. Kimura, you decorate. So do you decorate your own house, or have you ever decorated somebody else's house? Or like suggested decorations? Oh, you're answering right now. Sometimes when my mom sees me decorating my dollhouse, she sometimes gets jealous, and I catch her that she wants to shrink down and live with them. Yeah. Dollhouses can be like so much cooler than regular houses sometimes. I wish we could take doll stuff and like grow it to human scale. Like, I would love to live in a human-sized dollhouse. Kelsey Peterson. I keep meaning to go back and comment on videos, and I keep forgetting. I'm bad at remembering to comment. That's okay. I don't expect anyone to comment or get upset and like, how dare you, don't ever come back because you didn't comment on my video. That's not how it works around here. You take your time. When you have time, you come, you comment, I'll be here. I'll reply to your comment. I really wish I had room for like a dollhouse though. But I just don't. I would love to have a house, like an open front house where I could set everybody up, kind of like the Rainbow House, and you could just set everybody up in different rooms. But yeah, I just do not have the space for something like that. I have to rotate my dolls on my shelves because I only have a couple of shelves in my room and way too many dolls to fit them all on. Plus, I do play with them as well, and my bee. I'm guessing that your sentence got cut off. But yeah, I don't rotate. I try to like find room for everybody in different ways. So some dolls like I've gotten rid of over time if I feel that I'm like not connected anymore, and then that makes room for a future doll. So yeah, the only ones I rotate are my Halloween and Christmas ones. So they come out only for the holiday and then they go back. otherwise, I pretty much have a consistent setup. And considering now that my Rainbow High collection is not going to grow anymore, really, and nor my OMG collection, I don't think, because the rate they're going, those shelves, they're pretty much to capacity, but I don't have to worry about too many more. Let me see. Okay, so my niece was over yesterday. We played with a bunch of them. That's nice. See, I don't have anyone really to play dolls with. I don't have any young kids in my family or like nieces or nephews or whatever to play with them. I just take them down once in a while and change their outfits over here so that the dolls that are in the background of the videos get some change now and then. I want to try and get the MHG3 school, but I haven't got a clear answer of where it's going to be sold at. Yeah, I haven't heard much about it because that was announced around the same time they announced the refresh dolls. I'm assuming it's going to be like a holiday big ticket item. So I would, I would think it would be coming to shelves soon. But, well, you didn't really say, are you in USA or like somewhere else? Because in the USA, I would think it would be sold at every place. Like that wouldn't be an exclusive kind of item. Okay, yeah. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be coming out soon, probably to Target, Walmart, Amazon. Kelsey Peterson, you actually hit send instead of back up. That's okay. No problem. I'm surprised though, because the refresh Monster High dolls are out now. So I would have assumed that the house would come out at the same time. But anyway, we're getting close to the end of the 10 minutes. And then we're going to have to flip over to the other side. If it's not, because it's kind of hard to tell whether or not I fully filled this. So if it's not perfectly filled, I might have to add some more and then like resin it or re-cure it. So I think I'm seeing some blank spots. Oh dear. This is kind of tricky because of the way that the mold is. But I guess because of the kind of rubber that they need to make it out of, it can't be clear. I don't know. So the way I collect the Monster High dolls, I only collect G3 and core dolls only. So you're talking like Draculaura, Claudine, Laguna, Cleo, and Frankie. Because I mainly I have more Draculaura dolls than anything else, and probably will continue to be that way because she's just like every time. But I just pick based on, for the other characters, whoever looks cool. I have 7 RHSH dolls, over 20 Brats, about a dozen of the 18-inch dolls in a couple different brands, so many Barbies. I have a small bedroom, so yeah, space is a problem. Yeah, I agree. I'm stuck in one bedroom myself. That's why I put shelves inside the closet, but I don't really get to see them as much as the shelves outside the closet. But yeah. I also, like, I understand rotating too. I feel bad kind of like being like, okay, you have to go in the box now for the next however long. And I would see myself like just not rotating. The only reason I rotate the holiday ones is because I want to get in the spirit of the holiday. But for my everyday ones, I could see myself just being like, I'll just leave them out until whenever. Because I don't like doll lines with main character syndrome. I only have one of each doll. Wait, there's this thing in the way of your words here. One of each doll, Monster High doll, and that's the core dolls. Okay. So when you say like main character syndrome, you mean just like doll lines that have the characters that they use over and over again? Okay. Now it's time to flip it over. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess I can understand that because that was how I felt about Rainbow High. I tried really hard to only get one of each character in Rainbow High when they made, especially Series 1, because Series 1 had so many repetitions. And there are clearly like certain ones of each Series 1 character that are like the peak of the Series 1 characters, at least to me. So I broke that rule for Bella, but then I wound up getting rid of my original Bella. And then I broke that rule again for Sunny and Jade, actually, because I have Winter Break Jade, but then I got Runway Jade. And I have Cheer Sunny, but then I got the 2-pack with Luna. So I have them, but they're so vastly different that they feel almost like different characters. And especially because Cheer Sunny is so early on in Rainbow High, the other Sunny is like of a above and beyond just in general for a Rainbow High doll. But yeah, Draculaura, I can't resist, so I just threw that rule out the window for Monster High. But I do understand where you're coming from, and for the other dolls, like the other characters in Monster High, I probably wouldn't get more than one unless they really, really blew me away. Uh, let's see. I do have most of my dolls on the shelves now, but a bunch of my Barbies are sitting in one box because I have no space, and most of my ponies are in boxes. Aw. Yeah. I do have some of my original Barbies from when I was a kid in a box, as well as my Bratz dolls, because I don't know. I had the Bratz out before, but then I needed space for other things, so I just put them back in the box. And I feel bad, but I really would like a dedicated area that I could put my doll stuff. And my mom wants to finish the basement at some point, so maybe somewhere in the basement if it ever gets finished, but there's no guarantee on that. But yeah, I that's the big problem for us doll collectors is just space. Or really any collector. Anyone who has a collection, whether it be like knickknacks or teapots, like, I have that's the other problem. I have a whole shelf full of teapot stuff that I could clear out for dolls, but I'm not going to do that because I love my teapots too. And yeah, anyone who has a collection is going to have a space problem. All that being said, my niece does know that some of the dolls I won't let her play with because of how special they are to me or something. So whenever she sees a new one, she asks first. Well, that's very nice. It's good that she has that mentality rather than because some kids wouldn't ask. They would just be like, "Oh, I want to play with this." So good. You're lucky you have a polite little niece. My go-to doll line will always be OMG because they create new characters and only make the first 4 once in a while, which I like. More characters to choose from. Yeah, OMG, that is a benefit because they don't have to necessarily stick to a certain aesthetic because the character is a new character, so they can pretty much start from scratch every time. So I can see the benefit there. But I do also appreciate having like a favorite character in a doll line. Because like when I had Bratz dolls growing up, Jade was always a favorite, Chloe, Megan, and Dana. They were always my favorites. So, and in Rainbow High, like Sunny is probably one of my favorite characters. Bella for sure. And yeah, even though I only have 2 Sunnies when there's like 7, I think maybe. She just, even though I didn't get all of them, I still consistently always thought that they did really well with Sunny. So, yesterday was her first time being allowed to play with my American Girl dolls, and she was so shocked that I let her. She was very careful with them because of that. Well, that's cool. That kind of surprises me. I guess American Girl dolls are a little more high priced and special than like if you had like an Our Generation or one of those. But usually I think of younger kids with the American Girl dolls and then like older kids with the Monster High or Barbie, well, certain Barbies and Rainbow High and stuff. But that's good. It's that's a nice thing that you have that you can share that with your niece. Like I said, I don't have any young family members, or I definitely would sit and we could play dress up with our dolls forever. But yeah, my brothers don't have girlfriends. I don't have anyone to have a child with, and I don't have any cousins really with children. So I just get whatever doll appeals to me, whether it's the same character or not, because I rename most of them so they become different characters in my collection. Oh, well, that's a good way of looking at it. I don't think I could do that because, you know, whether Draculaura is wearing a different outfit or not, or has different makeup, she's always going to be Draculaura. But that's one way that you could get around that kind of character problem if you didn't want to have a million of the same character. Yes, she's very well mannered. If I say no to a specific doll, she'll just go on and see who else catches her eye to play with instead. Well, that's good. That means that she's being raised right. And you're a good aunt or aunt. I don't know. I say aunt. I know some people say aunt. What did you think of all the fat shame that G3 Caddy got? Because I certainly do not like it. I'm like shocked that that is even a thing, because how long was it that people were saying that they wanted representation in dolls of different body types? Now you're getting a different body type and you're going to be like, ew, she's fat? Like, did you want to erase all the progress that we just made with getting different shapes? And I personally really like that G3 has such a lot of varied body types. Even they have more body types, I think, than Barbie has right now, or at least really close. Because Barbie has some body types that I didn't know about before, like the athletic, I didn't really know about. And then there's like variations on classic and petite and everything. But yeah, I can't believe that people would do that. I wonder how my son will interact with my collection, but it will probably take some time before he can play with my toys. I'm due in 2 weeks, so it'll be a while. Oh my goodness, congratulations! That is really exciting. Yeah. I mean, if you tell him from the very beginning when he's old enough to understand that, like, okay, these are mommy's things that, we play nice with. We don't throw them around and everything, then, you know, it's all in how you approach it. If you, at least I wouldn't be like, no, So you stay away from that. You don't touch that and be like yelling about it, because I feel like that would just make it more tempting in some ways. So I'm sure you'll find the way to get him to understand that they're for playing with nice, or just for looking at, however you want him to interact with it. I feel like the only reason Caddy got hate is because of her ugly outfit. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of the outfit either. I think she could definitely do with a restyle, but I saw her in the store and I was like, oh, she's actually pretty cute. Maybe if she goes on sale, because I do like cats and I have a black cat. So she would be an appropriate addition to my collection. Okay, it's been another 10 minutes. So let's see. I had wanted AG dolls all growing up and we couldn't afford them. So now that I'm older, I have a few. I treasure them. So she's been raised with not messing with them because of how expensive. Okay, that makes sense. I have G3 Clio and Spectra's body type. They call it the glam body. Okay, I didn't know that. The glam body. Oh man. Did I make a full-size cup? Oh, I think it might have worked. Oh no, there's a hole in it. Shoot. But it's not terrible. It's kind of sticky. So I think I might hit it with the light again, but yeah, it kind of worked. There's a little hole in it on the bottom that I need to fill in too. But I don't want to put it back in the mold because I won't be able to see where the hole is. But I can't believe that worked. That's amazing. I didn't know, though, that Spectra and Clio have the same body type. Mm. Expensive the AG dolls are. Barbies I have hundreds of, so most of those are fine to play with. I've given her several duplicates over the years, too, as presents. Well, that's nice. I don't have hundreds of Barbies, but I do find myself getting a decent amount of fashionistas. But now, not so much now that their faces are so, like, pixely all the time. Glam body is thin waist and curvy thighs. The twins, can't talk, have it too. Okay, I didn't know that. I know that Cleo is a little bit curvier on the thighs because I have the first one. But I thought her body was a little more similar to Draculaura. But I guess Draculaura is like a petite curvy, which I love. I just love her little curvy thighs. But anyway, Kelsey Peterson. Yeah, I can understand why you would be more willing, I guess, to let her play with the Barbies too, because they are cheaper and easier to replace. If you were going to replace or even try to repair an American Girl doll, they're even difficult to restore from what I've seen. You got to like take the stuffing out of them and everything before you washed the body. Yeah. I have my original Samantha, but I don't collect any 18-inch stuff. Even though some of the stuff is like really cool. Like I look at the American Girl catalog because it still comes to my house and I'm like, damn, that stuff is so fun. I can't tell if my G3 Core Clio has poly hair or saran because there's a rumor that it's a mix. I have heard that it's a treated poly. And that's why it feels a little bit nicer than other poly, like Monster High dolls. But it doesn't wash very well because I washed mine and it came out pretty much exactly like it was before. Like it doesn't absorb any of the moisture from the conditioner, but it's also not so terrible that it's like crunchy or, impossible to brush. But I really wish they would just use saran. I mean, they have the access to the saran. And even I was shocked. Like this mermaid, right? Dreamtopia, which is one of the cheapest brands that Barbie does. And her hair is the color that, like, it's a color palette that usually they automatically just do poly on. And her hair is saran. I was like blown away because I thought I might have to reroute her. But it's saran hair. So if they could do it for these guys, why can't they do it for Monster High? I don't know how many I actually have. Last count was over 200, but that was about 5 years ago. Oh my goodness. And that's just Barbies? Wow. How many years have you been collecting Barbies then? Are they all like from the last, like the 2000s? Or are we talking like back all the way from the 80s or even further? Well, I watched Darling Doll's video today about Barbie's forgotten friends and family. And I saw a picture of Barbie's cousin Jazzy from the 80s. And now I'm like super intrigued because I did not know she was a thing, but her face is so different and cute. And I really like her. I might have to look into her, but she seems to be pretty expensive on secondhand markets. All right. So I filled in that hole. It's nice and solid. So I'm going to sand. The ear didn't really get pointed on the one side, but I'm going to sand this down a little bit. See, some parts of AG repair is hard, but some things I find easier to do than Barbie repair. It just depends on what it is and how damaged the doll is. Most of my dolls are rescues, so I'm good at repair. I definitely have gotten better at like Barbie and other fashion doll repair, but I would be afraid to mess with the American Girl dolls. But I guess if you practice like you did, you get better at it. But that's good. I love rescuing dolls and giving them new life. I just got from Glitter and Sold on Instagram, just one of those like sellers where they put the listing up and you claim it and then they send you all the stuff afterwards. I finally got a Cheer Ruby because I wanted Cheer Ruby to kind of finish off my Rainbow High collection. And I need to fix her up. She's not in terrible shape, but some of the dolls that Glitter and Sold finds are in really bad shape, like G1 Monster High dolls. So whoever got them in the end, I wish them luck because yeah, they were really rough. But yeah, it is fun though. I got from her a jewel hair mermaid Barbie who her hair was in really bad shape. It was like one giant mat, and I managed to get it nice. I lost a lot of hair, but she still has a decent amount of hair. My G3 Claudine core has been through a lot. First, she had her original poly hair, then I tried to boil wash her hair. Then I cut her hair and gave her a pixie cut. I just gave her a head swap with her core refresh doll. Very nice. So core refresh Claudine has saran hair then? I know that Monster Fest Claudine had saran hair. When I opened her, I was like, thank God. because I love the color of that hair. Yes, there's a lot, and I've been collecting them all my life. I have all my childhood Barbies, as well as my friends grew up and they gave me theirs because I knew how to fix them. So that has got to be some collection. You probably have some ones that are like really hard to find now too. And okay, yes, so I'm glad that they gave Claudine some Saran hair then, finally. Because I didn't like that hair color blend that they picked for her anyway. You know, the only thing, and I don't know if this is because, well, no, I mean, it's all even thickness around. It's a little rough from the way that I squeeze the resin into the mold. And the other thing is, it's not like a solid white. It's a little bit translucent almost. Like, you can't really see through it, but it's not like a solid, like pristine white the way that you would get if it was made of plastic that was like made in the factory. But this is pretty cool that you get to mold your own stuff. And like I said, you could use other colors of stuff, other colors of resin if you had resin. I'm trying to get this ear even since I messed it up. That's a little better. All right. So I think they're on the right track with this, but there could be a couple of improvements. These definitely, like, they're in the toy aisle, but a kid is not going to have the time or patience for this now that you're making, like, literally molding the things from scratch. Because this is well beyond just putting the cereal in the bowl. This is like a whole craft project. I just like her with natural brown hair and her purple highlights. Yeah, the brown, I mean, it works better anyway. It's more like the original Cleo, so. Wait a minute. I'm an idiot. There's supposed to be a hole, so I could put the handle on it. I just sealed up the hole with more resin. Because there's another hole up here for the other part of the handle. I'm such an idiot. Ah, no. Oh my God. I'm so dumb. Yes, it's so satisfying to be able to restore a doll from looking like trash to be beautiful once again. Yes, it really is. And yes, Jazzy is on my wish list. I want both the brown-eyed and blue-eyed versions of her. Oh yeah, as I've researched dolls over the years, I've realized I actually have some hard-to-find dolls. Plus, I'm really good at thrifting, so I find diamonds in the rough quite often. I can see many people making custom doll cups with that. It actually looks really good. Well, thank you. I mean, maybe my second one will look a little bit better because this one has a lot of like ridges in it from the way that I squeezed the resin in. That's just why I'm trying to sand it off. But I freaking. But that's pretty cool that you have some rare dolls in your collection and you didn't even have to spend a fortune to get them like some people do. I think I could still make this stay on, but man, do I feel dumb. Okay. Put some in the hole here and here. Try to get this to stay. No, come on. All right, stay still. Just hope I don't tan my fingers doing this. Yeah, I do really love doing doll restoration. I actually really love doing reroots too. Even though I haven't done too many of them, I think, yeah, altogether I've only done 3. I did the first one, which was a fashionista, that was kind of a disaster, which I made a video about. I did Iridescent Laguna because her hair was so bad. And I loved the color scheme, but the poly was just so bad. So I redid hers. And then that one that I want to make a custom Sailor Moon doll was also a reroot. She's an Audrey from Descendants back when Hasbro was making the dolls. And I just thought her face really looked right for the character that I'm trying to make, but her hair color was not right and not long enough either because I think she got a haircut from the original owner. Um, but I would like to do more. It's just like a really relaxing kind of thing to do too, because once you have all the hair out and you're just doing the rooting part, you can just sit and watch TV while you're doing it. I do that with sewing all the time, accidentally sewing up a spot that wasn't supposed to be sewed yet. Yeah. Now I know. I learned my lesson. Here I'm thinking, oh, I missed a spot and I need to fill in this hole. Nope. Did you hear rumor of G3 Ghoulia might be getting canceled in production? How come? I didn't hear anything about that. I know that people aren't loving G3 Ghoulia the way they love G1 Ghoulia, but I wouldn't think it would be enough to cancel her because she's a big part of the show too. I still haven't watched the show, the new show, but I know she featured in the movie too, the live action movie. I'd be surprised if they got rid of her, but I have not heard that. I am looking forward to the Universal movie though that they're going to be making. That should be interesting. But the thing, so like, I was thinking about it, and they said that they changed Frankie's skin tone in G3 because they were trying to get away from the Universal movie monsters and the copyright and everything. But Mattel is also licensed with Universal now because they made Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein in Monster High form already. And so like why why did they change Frankie's skin tone? I don't know. Something about her not selling so well. The only thing I want from her is a core refresh doll. That would be probably a way to get her to sell better, would be as if they did a core refresh, because yeah, like I said, the first Ghoulia didn't seem to do so well. I wasn't really thrilled with her design either, but they should give her another chance. I mean, to just kick her off. Let's see. 714. Do you have aura? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Can you elaborate? I wouldn't say a lot of them are necessarily rare, just harder to find or find for a decent price. Well, still, price is a big factor too when you're talking about collecting. So you're lucky that you got them, you know, and you don't have to worry about, like, if you saw them and wanted them, some people like will never be able to get them probably because they might not ever have the money. So I don't know if I have any dolls like that. I don't think so. I don't, probably, maybe I did at one point. I have cut down my Barbie collection a couple of times between like moving and then reorganizing. But I wouldn't say, I don't know, off the top of my head, if any of them were particularly hard to find. Okay, I got the handle on. Even without the hole, it's staying. So here's what it's looking like now with the handle. Ah, so cute. Now we get to put the face on it. I want G3 Abby to have Saran. Yeah. Same color family. Because I always think of like Polly hair always has that really pastel color to it. And Abby's hair is very pastel. But they have pastel Saran, so freaking use it. I don't know. Okay. Stickies. Okay. We're going to give this one the happy kitty face. Yes, I love it. You know, the other thing about these ones, because the whole point is to like make it yourself out of the resin, some people don't like using the resin at all, even this new one that's not toxic like the old one was. So they're never going to be able to enjoy this series because they're not going to be able to actually get the miniatures without making them themselves. I wonder if you could use this mold for like air dry clay or something. It would be harder to get it in, but if you let it dry for a really long time, you might be able to get it out in one piece. I don't know. It would be worth trying. So far, all her dolls have been phenomenal, but they would be even more phenomenal with Saran. I hear you, man. I don't understand what it is with the poly. And like, I had kind of theorized that maybe with Skulltimate Secrets, because like all the Skulltimate Secrets dolls have poly. And they're giving you the locker and extra outfit pieces and accessories and stuff. So, like, okay, maybe that's why they cut back and use poly hair instead to save a couple bucks. But Core Abby is the same price and amount of items as the other core dolls that do use Saran hair. So there's no excuse. All right, I'm just putting the spots on randomly here. Yes, I'm very fortunate and blessed to have them, especially since we didn't have a lot of money growing up. Most of my dolls were always secondhand, so needing to fix them up to play with was a big part of my childhood. It's how I got good at doll repair. Aw. Well, that's kind of nice that you were able to rescue dolls even all the way back then. Now you're like the doll whisperer. Or no, what's the word I'm looking for? Like the doll hospital or something. Yeah, you're like a doll doctor. That's kind of fun. I used to love doing that too, like washing doll hair and stuff. I used to do that at my friend's house with her dolls. Because her dolls were always a mess. I always liked to brush my doll's hair really nice and everything. And hers were like knotted and the hair was cut and everything. And I was like, ah. I feel like maybe it's just me, but MGA rarely uses Saran or poly. MGA, yeah, they rarely do. I think they may have used poly on some later Bratz dolls from what I remember. But not very much. Like the Bratzillas might also, some of them might have poly, I think, if I'm remembering what I've heard correctly. But the regular Bratz, is it nylon? I think original Bratz hair is... This feels like saran. I think Bratz hair is saran. Obviously, Rainbow High hair and OMG hair is nylon. But yeah, I think they did use poly for some later Bratz, but that was because Bratz in general was getting to be kind of cheap. But anyway, yeah, MGA always puts extra effort into those kind of details, like the clothing, the material that they use, and the hair. It's just like the other aspects of the dolls that wind up suffering in certain aspects. Anyway, let's look at this cup because this is freaking adorable. This is our finished little kitty teacup with a little face and little brown spots. It is so cute. I love it. And we put it on the brown saucer and give one of the teaspoons. So cute. I love it. That was fun. That is pretty cool. So I'm gonna do the other like teacups or teacup singular and the teapot on my own because that's gonna take a while. This one took a while. I want to see about the vase with the flowers. It's so cute. I freaking love it. I would definitely not mind getting a double of that so I could get extra resin to make more cups and just have like a whole full spread tea set of cat cups. Okay, so for the flowers, where did it go? Where are the directions? And I got wrappers everywhere, but no directions. There it is. Oh my god, that cat teapot is so cute. Okay, so what you're supposed to do with this is... Oh. So you're supposed to turn the mold inside out. Let me see if I can show you guys the directions. You turn the mold inside out and paint the glitter dust on the inside of it with the little paintbrush. And then you pour in the resin. So that's how it gets the glittery outside. Wonder how well this is going to work, but we'll try it. I know only collect the core dolls, but one of these days I want to buy a lot on the secondhand market of the other G3 dolls releases clothes. Yeah, I did that for Rainbow High a lot because I just loved a lot of the outfits in Rainbow High, but not necessarily the dolls. So I have a lot of pieces from dolls that I never had because the outfits were cool. I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. This is ridiculous. I feel like I'm going to rip it. And how am I going to get it right side out again without getting glitter everywhere? I don't know. There's got to be a better way to do this. I wonder if I could just paint the inside without turning it inside out. I think that might be better. Because this is going to get difficult. Yeah, originally all I did was wash them and brush their hair, but over the years I've learned more things like repainting, sewing, and making them clothes, rerouting. Addie's case, sewing new. Sewing new. I'm waiting. I do want to learn more about making doll clothes. I'm not very good at that. I would need patterns rather than just like making them myself. I made this shirt that Resilient is wearing, and I made her a pleated skirt, but otherwise, that's like the only doll clothes that I've ever made. But I do want to make the outfit for this one. I just need to actually figure out a good pattern for it. Sewing wefts into her wig and stain removal on clothes and their bodies. So, yeah, that's a lot. I mean, your dolls must be in really beautiful shape then from all of the work that you've done on to them. All the most that I do is like I wash them and get the knots and stuff out of the hair, and I've never repainted. That I'm a little afraid to do, but I would try it on a doll that maybe I wasn't as attached to. But yeah, your dolls are probably really nice. What's your favorite and least favorite G3 Skulltimate Secret lines? My favorite Series 2, my least favorite Series 4. It's too samey. I really liked Iridescent, which was Series 2. I guess overall, I would say that is probably my favorite. Like all the dolls from Iridescent were really nice. There was not one that I disliked. Least favorite, what was Series 4? The one that just came out? They I didn't dislike them for being samey. I disliked the sci-fi pop star aesthetic that they were going for. This is just not I'm not into sci-fi, and so they just look too like robotic, and I don't know. I was just not really a fan of the style of outfits that they did. So yeah. I mean, they did have a very cohesive theme that they did all have kind of the same outfit pieces, but it was more so the choice of outfit that I did not like. So, yeah, I guess we kind of have the same feelings, just for different reasons. One thing I haven't done yet that I want to learn is removing AG doll eyes. I have a doll that needs her eyes replaced. I just haven't gotten around to doing it yet. So would you do it the same way that you would like change Rainbow High eyes, where you heat up the head and kind of push them out? I am not really familiar with American Girl anatomy, I guess. Um, Resilience eyes can be changed. She has a hole in the, like, not a hole, but there's like a cap on the back of the head that is under her wig. You can open and take the eyes out. They're just in there with like putty, and you can change them or move them to like different positions if you wanted to. I've never done it, but Smart Doll's website, um, or the Instagram, they just said that they were coming out with new eyes that were supposed to be even more realistic and like sit a little bit better in the faces. So I was thinking about getting her some new eyes when that comes out. But yeah, it's kind of creepy. The taking the head off, and she looks kind of like an android that you're changing out parts. Really, they gave sci-fi to you two. They give Beyonce, or to me, they give Beyonce. I don't. I don't really know Beyonce's outfits that well to make that comparison. So I guess maybe that's what they were going for, and I just totally missed the reference. But I don't follow Beyonce closely enough to know her outfits inside and out. I just flung that. There we go. All right. I think that's enough glitter. And I've got plenty left over too. All right. I've never completely repainted a doll from scratch. What I do is replace what's missing, like say lip paint, I match it and color that spot in, or eyes. Sometimes on Barbies, I'll recolor their eyes. Yeah, I would have to start with something small like that probably to get the feel for repainting. But yeah, I've never done um oh, this is not a twist off cap. You just take the whole thing off. But that's cool that even just the color matching, that's got to be challenging too, to make sure you're doing the color that's as close as possible to the original. I'm very impressed with those kinds of things. Like some of the repainting that's people do, just a small change like you said, coloring the eyes a different color makes such a huge difference. Okay, how the heck does this thing open? This is so weird. Okay, I got it. What are your opinions on the LOL tweens? I have always loved the tweens. It doesn't say to use the nozzle on it, so why did you give me the nozzle? Anyway, yeah, I've always loved the tweens. They have always been one of my favorite doll lines to collect. Like, I don't have as many tweens as I have OMGs, but I have always consistently liked their designs more than the OMGs. Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's like I like them a lot, but I didn't buy a lot of them for whatever reason. But now I don't know what the deal is with them. I don't know how they're making decisions about like their designs and everything. I'm not feeling some of the newer designs. They were a lot better before. I don't know what they're doing at MGA, but they're doing the tweens dirty because they used to be really good. There's never enough glitter. Okay, you got me there. All right. I think this also wants you to do it 10 minutes on both sides. So here we go. This is pink. Look at how it's like glowing on the camera. I'm terrible at actually drawing freehand, so completely repainting a face is not something I plan to do. Yeah. I would say, well, I don't know, you watch my Froggy stuff? Because this year she had put out a video about she was trying to learn how to repaint faces, and she did practice faces on paper that were totally blank, and then she like sketched them a little bit, then she practiced the painting part. That's what I would do too. I would definitely make a plan and then do it in some kind of medium that I could erase if I needed to, if like I wanted to start over. But I wish you guys could see how fluorescent pink this is in person because it's really cool. But it's just coming across as like a beacon shining on the camera. My top 5 tweens at the moment, no order: Olivia Flutter, Emma Emo, Aya Cherry, Allie Dance, and Curls to Crimps Cora. That one's one of the head swapping ones, right? Because I don't remember her name. But I have Allie Dance and Aya Cherry. I really like them. Olivia Flutter was cute. She was a little too Mariah Carey for me, but she was cute. Emma Emo, I never really understood. She's definitely not emo. But if she was like Sarah Scene, that would have made sense. And I never got any of the head swapping ones. But yeah, that was a really interesting gimmick. Also, I still can't get over the fact that you have the Barney pillowcase that goes to my Barney sheets. I keep looking at it. I've had this pillow for like ever. I can't get rid of it. This pillow was my car pillow. This is the one that I would take with me when we would go on a trip, and I would just lay in the back and take a nap on this pillow. And then when I stopped doing that as an older kid, or, as an adult driving, um it just became part of my bedroom decor. I can't get rid of it. Barney was my jam when I was little. I had Barney at my first birthday party, and he was really terrifying in the pictures that we have of it, but he was there. Yes, my Froggy stuff is amazing. She really is. I don't know. And she's like the one that I think of with this, because she doesn't use the resin because she has sensitivities to stuff like that. So she won't be able to enjoy this series of Miniverse, which I feel bad about because, I mean, she would probably try to find a way to use the molds with clay or something else. But yeah, I always think about her when I do stuff like this, and I'm like, she doesn't like the resin. But yeah, she is so cool. I want to build stuff like she builds. I wish that I could, but I do not have the space. She has a whole studio, so that's why she can do all that stuff. She's way more artistically talented than me, though, because I've tried copying stuff she's done before and it never looks the same. It's practice, though. She's been doing it for years. I watched a throwback video of hers that she posted on Instagram, and it was from like 10 so years ago, maybe. And I looked and I was like, wow, like compared to the stuff that she does now is kind of sloppy. But, you just keep doing it over and over again, and you get better and better. And then you make things like she does. So you just got to keep working at it. Yeah, she might not be emo, but I like her for her Alia core like outfit. Also, I have her little sister. I'm not familiar with Alia core. So, am I reading that right? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, she's cute. I just wish that they had called her something else. That's all. I've had the sheet forever too. I'm assuming it was a thrift find because all I have is the flat sheet. I probably had the sheets when I was little, and then probably they were given away or something. Somehow the pillow just stuck. But that's hilarious. We're both Kelseys with Barney stuff. I didn't check to see when I started doing this, so I don't know how long it's been. I'm gonna let it go for a little longer. I'm very excited to see how this turns out, though. Barney was one of my favorite shows growing up. Him and Wishbone were my top favorites, and I have several Barney plushes on my bed right now. Wishbone, yeah. I remember Wishbone. I didn't watch that one as much, but I did have Barney plushies. I still have one. He talked. He like sang the song and everything. He's down in the basement somewhere. There were a lot of good shows though when I was little, growing up. After series 1, I just call the tweens by their real names because after series 1, they start using real names. So like, wait, well, who were series 1? It was Cherry BB, right? And the other ones. I don't remember the other ones. Oh my god, it's been so long. Also, there's something going on with my signal because I've been spinning so much that I'm now 2.5 minutes behind on the live stream. Oh no. Yeah, I was saying at the beginning, my thing has been so laggy the whole time. Like while I was trying to set up and just type in the title and everything, it was like not working nicely. So I don't know. Maybe it's me. So Fancy Girl, Freshest, Cherry BB, and Hoops Cutie. Okay. Yeah, those are not names. But I think that's just all of OMG. None of them really have names. I don't know how long it's been. It's kind of sticky still. I think, what tweens do I have? I have Aya, Allie Dance, Cat Mischief from the Masquerade series, and um the one I just did, the purple one from the series Without Wrists. Shoot. And we're both purple fanatics. That's right. What is the purple one's name that I just did recently? I'm having a blank. Some do like Cosmic Nova and Victory. They have real names? I didn't know that. What are their real names? Because, oh, my flashlight is telling me that it has low battery. This is rechargeable, though. It does seem like it's getting a little weaker. Let me plug it into my laptop. Man, what is that purple one that I just did? Carly? Ah. Hold on. I gotta look because this is driving me crazy. No. Cassie. Cassie Cool. I have Cassie Cool. Oh. Plug that in. Now I can't reach as well, but I'll move this up. Yeah. Those are the only 4 that I have. I had Chloe Pepper at one point, but I sold her. She just wasn't doing it for me anymore. And I did have Cherry BB, and same thing. And she wasn't doing it for me. I think I've sold more like OMG and Tweens dolls and Rainbow High dolls that I just like fell out of love with than other dolls, which is odd because I love them a lot, but then there's some that I get and I guess I'm like excited for them in the moment and then I get over it. But that's why I let them go to other people because I feel like somebody else will enjoy them more. Freaking love Wishbone so much. I actually managed to finally get a Wishbone plush a few years ago and he goes right next to my pillow now. Aw. Yeah, I don't really remember what Wishbone was about. Like, I remember the dog, but I don't remember much of the, like, plot of the story. All right, we're going to flip over. It is oh my god, I've already been on for 2 hours? Holy crap. Yeah, I have a giant Barney that sings too, but I don't have batteries in him because he sits on the bed and I'm currently leaning against him watching this. Ah, hello, Barney! He's watching with you. Your opinions on the mermaid tweens? Because to me, they're really cute, minus the unarticulated arms. Yeah, they're cuter than the costume ones for sure. Those costume dolls with the blow up animals are ridiculous. But the mermaid ones are fine for a budget mermaid line. Um, I'm not getting any of them personally because they're just not for me. But I can see their appeal for somebody who's like really into mermaids in general, or, you know, for kids who want to have a tween doll and maybe they can't afford the full tweens with all the other stuff because, you know, even the budget ones that MGA does sometimes are still pretty expensive. So, yeah, they're fine. I don't dislike them. Oh, man. I'm trying to think. I used to watch Eureka's Castle on Nick Jr. And it's on Paramount Plus, which I hadn't been able to see it for so many years because they never really did like a home release, I don't think, of Eureka's Castle. But yeah, I always liked that one. And I had this one VHS of Timmy the Tooth. This is like a deep cut because I think he was always straight to VHS. I don't think they ever played him on TV. And I don't know if there's anywhere that has like like videos of it online. I'm still at the VHS somewhere. I don't know what condition it's in, if it would even play anymore, but I don't have a VCR anyway. But I loved that freaking tooth puppet. You ever seen the Backyardigans? Yes, I have. I was pretty up on modern kids shows for a while because I have younger brothers, so we were watching kids shows for a long time, and Backyardigans was one of them that he used to watch, my youngest brother. I thought that they were pretty cute. They had some good songs on Backyardigans. His favorites were that, and he liked, well, he was always into Thomas the Tank Engine. Ubi with the hands that like they had the eyeballs on them and they would talk like this. That was an interesting one. And they never talked in full sentences. They just always were like, Ubi says this. Oh, I can't wait to see what this looks like. This is going to be super cool. I think this one's going to come out way better than the other one because I just kind of dumped the resin in instead of doing the squirt bottle. Let me put the cap back on now that I'm thinking about it. My favorites, though, I liked the PBS kids shows a lot. Like Between the Lions was a good one. It was like lions that worked in a library, and they used to have like little cutaway segments. Do you remember the Face Nick Jr. mascot? Because he terrified me and still does. Yes, I loved Face. Oh my gosh. And then they like changed his voice after a while and the style of his face, and it wasn't the same anymore. Aw, Face was so cute. Even though he was just literally a blank screen with a mouth and eyes. I guess I could see why some people might think it was kind of creepy because he took up the whole screen. He would tell stories about real books and he played with the main character. Or he played the main character. Like Wishbone did Oliver Twist, Pride and Prejudice, Frankenstein, and one of my favorites, Sherlock Holmes. You like Sherlock Holmes too? We have so much in common. That's actually the plush I got of Wishbone was him dressed in the Sherlock Holmes costume. Ah, that is so cute. Oh, I think I kind of remember that. I remember more so reading Rainbow with like real books and stuff. That they used to put that on in elementary school because it would come on right before we were about to get on the bus. So they would just turn it on while we were waiting for the call to go on the buses. That was the one that they put on for us mostly with like real books. But yeah, I think you're kind of ringing bells for me with Wishbone. Barney says hi back. All the Barneys do. Yay. But yeah, okay. So Sherlock, I had a big Sherlock phase, like BBC's Sherlock back in 2010. Did you ever watch that? Because man, that was a trip. Oh, this is taking forever. He did some scary things with his eyes that just scared me half to death. For example, the sheep bumper still scares me to this day. I don't remember that one, but I am gonna look it up. I won't play the audio because I don't want to traumatize you, or at least I won't play it very loud. But I kind of want to see this. Am I gonna be able to find it? Oh my goodness. He did make some weird faces, but he just said the busy world of Richard Scarry, which is another show that I used to watch all the time. Those were some weird faces, though. I can see why people might be freaked out by face. Blech, sorry. Yes, we grew up on PBS here. It was on almost 24/7. Yeah, PBS had some good stuff. What are the other ones that they had? Well, Cyber Chase, but that was a little later. Um, like 64 Zoo Lane, I think, was a PBS show. Um, there's another one that I can't think of right now, but I know there was one that I used to watch all the time. I don't know. Can't remember. All right, we're almost there. One more minute, and then we'll see if our little vase has been complete. This was the show I watched called Franny's Feet. Franny's Feet. I've never heard of that. Was that on what channel was that? Franny's Feet. Canadian animated series. Huh. Nope, I do not recognize this at all. But it looks interesting. Transported to different places in the world when she tries on various shoes in her grandpa's shoe repair shop. Sounds kind of fun. Liberty's Kids, Between the Lions, Reading Rainbow, Arthur. Arthur! That's it! Duh! Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Magic School Bus, Wishbones, Boomafoo. That was another one. Sagwa, yes. PBS was my entire childhood. This is still squishy. I can feel there's still solid resin in here. I think it's on the outside mostly. crap. This is really thick. I'm going to try to hit it from like the sides. I don't remember watching Liberty's Kids, but I know of it. But yeah, Arthur, like, duh, he's the best. So many good memes came out of Arthur in the end. Oh, Magic School Bus, too. I actually saw Zaboomafoo, not like the actual lemur, but the Kratt brothers had a long-standing show at Dollywood in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and we went to see it while we were there at the park one time, and they had some fun animal stuff. Dragon Tales, that was another one. Dragon Tales, I forgot about that one. I used to watch that all the time too. Oh my gosh, yes, I love all Sherlock books. I own almost all of them. They also made a few PC games, and I have a few of those too. No, I haven't seen that Sherlock show yet, but I did see the show from the 1950s. I actually have it on DVD. You haven't seen Sherlock with Benedict Cumberbatch? You gotta watch it, girl! I am obsessed. Well, I was obsessed. I'm obsessed with Benedict Cumberbatch still. I love him. And that's where I first started loving him, but he's continued to be just an amazing actor and person. But yeah, I had such a phase. Sherlock was like everything to me. um my grandpa used to watch the old ones. I have a DVD set with the old shows, but I never actually sat down and watched them. But I read through most of the books because I have the like collection volume from Barnes and Noble. I've seen the Robert Downey Jr. movies, and I um I played one of the games on PlayStation. And I also Great Mouse Detective is like one of my favorite Disney movies, so and that's basically just Sherlock in mouse form. But yeah, you gotta watch Sherlock. I mean, season 4 is not very good, but I mean, it depends. It's just kind of crazy, but the first 3 seasons were like really, really good, really intense, and just so interesting to take the character and put him in the modern times. Oh man, I kind of miss the show. They were supposed to make a 5th season, but then Ben got busy doing other things like Marvel and stuff, and now he's off doing other projects. So, and the writers were just not really writing very well at that point. So, almost all of the Sherlock movies from the 40s, I'm missing one of them. I should watch some of the older ones. I'm trying to think. Did I ever see? No, I didn't. I've only ever seen the Robert Downey Jr. movies. The BBC Sherlock show, they're almost like mini movies. Each episode is 90 minutes. So, but there's only 3 episodes per season. So it takes a while to watch, but not like forever, forever. Their antics live on stage. So I could edit out all of the just sitting and waiting for things to cure part of this process. But oh well. I don't know what I'm going to do. You know what's kind of funny too is my brother was just having a discussion with me about this. His friend found my YouTube channel. I don't know how or why, but he found my YouTube channel, showed it to all the other boys in their Discord chat. So, they all discovered it at the same time. And then he's continued to like criticize me about various things about the channel. So one of the biggest things he says is like, why are you filming in 720p? And the reason is because I have a camcorder that used to be my brother's that he doesn't use anymore. And I just figured it would be nice to use a camcorder rather than recording on my phone. And this way I have the little viewfinder so I can see what I'm doing while I'm reviewing something. And it's like separate from all my other stuff on my phone. And yeah, but then like they were giving me a hard time, my brother and his friend, and they're like, but your phone can record in like 4K probably. And like, don't you want to upgrade the viewing experience of your viewers? And I'm like, my subscribers have never ever said a word about the resolution that my videos are in. So I don't think it's a big deal. But now it seems like they're going to get their wish because I'm not going to be able to replace the charging cord for this camcorder because it's like so many years old, they probably don't make it anymore. So I might just have to record on my phone. I just don't know how I'm going to do it because I need something facing me so I can see what I'm doing. I don't know. But yeah. Cool. I've been watching the Sherlock show from the 80s. It was actually filmed in England. Jeremy Brett played him in that version, and they're very similar to the stories. Like, they literally just took the stories and used them as scripts because they almost say every line word for word, so it's basically a visual of the original Sherlock stories. That's pretty cool. Isn't he the one that plays Basil? Or no? I think they got Jeremy Brett to do a cameo voice in The Great Mouse Detective, if I'm not mistaken, because they show Sherlock for like 2 seconds talking about going to the opera, and John's like, I don't want to go to the opera. Okay. See, there's still like squishy parts on the sides. Ugh, this is so thick. It's freaking taking forever. Try to get this all done. Good Lord. I'm starting to think we're the same person since so much is similar between us. Yeah, that's so strange. Sometimes you just find that soul sister out there by accident. We do really have a lot in common. I will say though, my worries about the mold kind of getting in the way of the UV light seem to have been for nothing, because even though the mold is not totally clear, it is still curing the resin. It's just this particular item is very thick. So I think I'm probably going to have the same problem with the teapot, that it's going to take a long time to cure. Imagine if if you did leave this just out in the sun, it would take freaking forever. My God. Like, if a cloud came by and like you're not directly holding the UV light like right up to it the way that I am, like this would take forever in just regular sunlight. Holy crap. I have left some of them in the sunlight in the past, but it took like hours. They say 10 to 15 minutes in the sun. It does not just take 10 to 15 minutes. Good Lord. I hope this isn't super boring for those of you who are watching on playback. If you've made it this far, just watching me sit here holding a flashlight up to a rubber piece of plastic rubber, I'm losing it. Oh my God. I really want to get to doing the cake. The cake is going to be a lot more interesting and should cure a lot faster because it's just little. Yes, and he was Sherlock's voice in that movie. I knew it. Yeah, I was right. I love that movie though. That is such an underrated Disney movie. More people need to watch that one. I wish they had made like a sequel or a whole series of Great Mouse Detective. I really want to get that movie on DVD. I haven't done that yet. I have it on DVD from before Disney burned like a bootleg DVD before that because I wanted to be able to watch it. And I only had the VHS and our VCR broke and we never got another one. So, yeah. But now that we have streaming services, DVDs a lot of the times are just kind of redundant. Though some people, I guess some people like to collect DVDs for just the special features that they used to have on them. They're not as fun anymore as they used to be. Back they had the Disney Movie Club back then too, which I was a part of, where you could get a movie once a month. And they had like a featured movie that would be usually a new release or like an anniversary release of something. And you had to tell them, no, I don't want it if you were like not interested in that particular movie, or they would just automatically send it to you. But it was a good way to get other movies that were harder to find at that point in time. Okay. I'm pretty sure I finally got this to be solid. I hope. Oh my god, is that a wet spot? I have so many Disney movies that I'm trying to get on DVD, and some of them were never released on DVD, so I also need to find a VCR that works. Yeah. We had for a while, we kept our VCR because we have so many of them on tape, and we still have all the tapes. But my brother broke the VCR because he jammed a tape in it backwards, and then we could never get it out. So we never got another one. But I would like to get a VCR that I could hook up to my laptop and like convert my VHS collection to digital, because some of like the fun little previews and stuff that they had on the VHSs, like it's so nostalgic. I just want to be able to preserve that stuff. I miss collecting the DVDs. I've gathered a pretty decent collection, but I've stopped buying new ones about 10 years ago. Yeah, us too. We just either watch on streaming or on demand with cable, and we haven't gotten rid of the DVDs that we have. But yeah, they're just kind of not really a thing anymore. Not really necessary. And even though they're still making them, they're not making them exciting anymore. They really, if they want people to buy DVDs still, they really need to do things that's going to make them unique, like give them features that you can't get on streaming. I don't usually care for watching stuff on streaming much, so I love getting the DVDs. Yeah, I guess too, the problem with streaming is you have to have the streaming service for the movie that you want. I like watching stuff on streaming just because you don't have to like find the DVD, switch it and everything. And sometimes you put the DVD back into the wrong case and then you don't know where the one that you want is. That's a big problem in my house. Okay, here's the big reveal. There it is. Okay. It is sticky. Some of the glitter is kind of coming off. And it's a little patchy over here. But here's what it looks like. This thing is so TV shows you have on VHS and DVD. Oh, Blockbuster. The real good old days. I'm going to take the sandpaper that I already started using so that I can hold on to the extra one. Yes, but Kimura, continue with what you were saying about Franny. Just one little lump here I'm trying to get sanded down. Okay. Wonder if I can do another layer of glitter over it while it's still a little sticky. Or if it would just come off. I'm going to try it. Maybe it'll absorb some of the stickiness. Because I don't want to sand over it, because then the glitter will probably just come off because it's only on the outer layer. I also don't want to use the rubbing alcohol either, because I'm afraid that that's going to make the glitter come off. It's so freaking sticky still. It's cute. I like it. Okay. Now can put my flowers in. Ta-da! It's... The stems are too long. Probably need to trim them a little bit, but it works. It's got a hole for flowers, and they fell out. Yay! I remember that Franny's feet vividly, that the show had a funding, but now when I go back to look up show's funding, it's like a Mandela effect, like it never happened. Well, what do you mean exactly? Like, because yeah, PBS was always like, the show is brought to you by blank blank and from viewers like you. Thank you. So now it just doesn't show that part on the DVDs or something, or wherever you're watching it. So pretty. I love the color. It is a really nice color. It's a very nice pearly pink, like almost a salmony pink, which obviously with a seashell shape, it goes well. Okay. So it's interesting, these new mini-verse things. Very time-consuming, more so than before, but super cute. All right, now, last thing, hopefully this will be faster, doing the cake. No, anywhere. That is very weird. I wonder why. Because I would think that, you know, that would just be recorded with everything else. Tried to look up the TV airing, but nothing. That is really strange. Because yeah, they always had that part on the show. Like at the end or in the commercial breaks or whatever. I wonder why. All right. So the cake, you're supposed to put the little placemat down, which I did. Then you put the bottom layer of the cake. So, or, well, it's all one piece. So you put the cake down, and then you put the resin around it and some sprinkles. And then you put some resin up here and put your spider web and your bats. So I'm going to get the little nozzle on here. And see, this is fun because I used to be a cake decorator for a little while. So it's almost like doing my old job in miniature. You see, I make an exception too for, oh, it's purple. Yes. I make an exception for the food stuff for the holiday themed ones just because they're not like regular food. And I just love decorating for holidays. So let's get some. Ooh. I wonder if I could. Probably can't pipe it like I used to because it's too drippy. But we want it to be drippy. It's supposed to be spooky. I just got to make sure I can serve enough for the top part here. Oh my god, I'm sliding away. And I'm a Taurus, and we remember like 80% of our lives. And I swear on God's name that I remember funding for Franny's. Yeah, I'm sure you're right because oh my God. Okay, this isn't working. I remember there was always the funding things at the end of all the PBS shows. So I'm not sure how that would just disappear in anyone's TV recording. I wish I could look at my old recordings and see, because I'm sure I have like those blank VHS tapes you could record whatever. I'm sure I have some old PBS stuff on there. I remember when PBS would do their telethon things that, oh no, I'm getting sprinkles everywhere. That sometimes they'd be like, if you give a gift of X amount of dollars, you get this plush for free or whatever it was they were giving. Yes. They don't do that anymore, I don't think, but that was definitely a thing. They even made an episode of Seinfeld about that. I kept wishing that my parents would do that, and when Wishbone was available, because I wanted him so much, it took many years, but I finally got Wishbone. I'm so happy. Aw. So was that Wishbone one of the telethon plushies, or was it just a regular one that you could get in the store? That the one that you got with the Sherlock hat? Which is better, Teletubbies or Booba? Oh my god, Booba! These are so freaky. I mean, I really wasn't. My one brother loved Teletubbies. He dressed as Lala for Halloween one year, and he had a big plush of Poe. And I think he had the vacuum character as a toy also. But they're freaky, and Booba is freaky. I'm sorry. If you think they're not creepy, I mean, that is totally fine. That is your opinion, and I respect it. Personally, I find them a little creepy. But I think I would prefer Teletubbies just for the fact that I did watch them when I was younger because my brother was watching them. So I guess they have a little bit more nostalgia power over me. And the freaking baby in the sun, like, what was the point of that? Why was the baby in the sun? Why was it watching everything that they were doing every day in Tubbyland? Why did they have TVs on their stomachs? And why did they eat pink slime? All questions that will never be answered. You just pulled out a random memory too with Booba. I haven't thought about those in forever. What was I watching about some other old kids show that they turned into? Oh yeah, the Wiggles. That was another one of my other brother's favorites, was the Wiggles. He was really big on the Playhouse Disney stuff, so like that and Bear in the Big Blue House. We watched PB&J Otters, Stanley, yeah, because that was more his era. And I was watching something about a Wiggles ride in some amusement park that went through all kinds of weird, crazy changes and stuff. We recorded a lot of shows back then, PBS and Saturday morning cartoons, and even the Saturday morning commercials. Yeah, well, my mom used to record movies when like they had the movie channel, and whatever movie would come on that she wanted to be able to watch whenever, so she would record that. I would love to go back to and see all just the commercials just because they're so interesting to see old commercials, but she would record movies, and then when I learned to use the VCR, I would record whatever I felt like. So for certain, I know I recorded a lot of Sailor Moon off of Toonami, but otherwise, I don't remember what else I recorded, but I'd like to know. I'm not sure where my Wishbone would have been available from originally. I got him off Facebook Marketplace. My mom found the listing and sent my dad off to get him. Aw, that's sweet. I remember Playhouse Disney, Charlie and Lola, Higglytown Heroes, and JoJo's Circus. Yes, I remember them too. Yeah, Higglytown Heroes was cute. I loved the little song they used to sing. JoJo's Circus was okay, I guess. I definitely liked Higglytown better, but man, you're digging up all these things that I forgot about. Oh, this is still a little sticky, but it'll be fine while I add a little bit more. Just gonna do another bit up here, kind of even that out a little bit on the corners. My youngest brother was obsessed with Bear in the Big Blue House, only had VHS tapes of it though. Yeah, that was a good one. And they had at Disney World for a while, they had like a live Bear in the Big Blue House show. So we saw that once when he was little. And Bob the Builder. He loved that. That wasn't Disney, but he loved Bob the Builder. We had this pop-up tent that was in the shape of one of the trucks from Bob the Builder that he used to take naps in. Fun fact, the girl that played Twinkie or Twinkle in Higglytown and also voices Panini on Chowder and Lenny from the Loud House. Oh, I didn't know that. Chowder was underrated, I think. I guess people didn't like it because it was so like out there, but looking back on it now, I think it was pretty interesting. Like funny and just like unique. And Loud House, I like Loud House actually. I haven't watched it for a while, but when it first started and I was just like looking to see what it was like, I was impressed. But I think that's probably not a hot take, you know. I think a lot of people like Loud House. You know what might be a hot take, although I've seen a lot more people talking about it. The new Fairly Odd Parents reboot that they did is actually okay, which I was really surprised because when I saw it at first and they changed the animation style and everything, I was like, oh my God, why can't they let Fairly Odd Parents just die already? Because they already tried to do the live action one, which was god awful. But it's actually watchable. It's not like it's not anything like the end of Fairly Odd Parents. It's definitely more like the earlier episodes, but slightly more wholesome. And they don't do that annoying humor that they tended to lean into towards the end of the series. So I was very surprised. I would actually sit down and watch the rest of it because now they brought back Poof, or he's Perry now. But um I don't know, it's cool, and I like that they're having cameos from all the other characters, where they are now, you know. It was really cool. Let's see. I didn't really like the first season of Loud House because I have this fear of people fighting physically on TV. Really? Hmm. I don't remember them fighting that much, though, did they? Or was it just like the roughhousing that made you uncomfortable? Because I don't think like it was, meant to be like fighting, but I know I understand that some people just have certain sensitivities, and that's, totally valid. Oh man, I love Chowder. Me and my sister would repeat and still do the jokes from the show. Yeah, my brother really liked Chowder. I didn't get it, but now I get it more. Um, It'd be another one to go back and watch. Oh my gosh, yes, Bob the Builder and Thomas the Train too. Those were on PBS here, so you got to see them a lot more than Bear. Bob the Builder was on PBS? Are you? Wait, I don't know where you are. Are you in Canada? Because Bob the Builder was on Nick Jr., where I am. They did what? Fairly Odd Parents reboot? Yeah, it's Fairly Odd Parents A New Wish. That's what it's called. And basically, it's the future, not like the far future, but Timmy's grown up. And so Cosmo and Wanda have been assigned to a new godchild who has um, a mom and a dad and a younger brother, I think. And then, like, the episode that I saw had cameos from Mr. Crocker and AJ. And like I said, Poof is back in one of the recent episodes as somebody else's godparent. And I think Timmy just made an appearance for the first time. Vicky's been in it. So yeah, I've only seen one episode, but I would definitely watch more. It's on Nickelodeon, and you'll probably stream it on Paramount Plus if you have that. But yeah, I they did the Fairly Odder Parents like last year or the year before. It was live action, and it was Timmy's cousin or something, and it was terrible. It was really terrible. They tried to blend in cartoon and live action, and it was just like, oh my god, stop. Oh man, I thought this was going to be faster, but it's not. Let me get some drippies on here. I really also um I like Craig of the Creek on Cartoon Network. That was a pretty cute show. Like, just really chill, and but also there's adventure, but it's not like high stakes save the world adventure. It's just fun imaginative adventure. And it reminds me of when I was a kid. My friend and I had this imaginary world that we would go to when I would come over to her house. And sometimes we would do it outside, and it was just fun. Like, kids don't play like that as much anymore, which is sad. I'm in Texas about the 2005 2007 era. Bob and Thomas aired on PBS. Huh. You've seen Total Drama Rama. I like it. Um, I have seen Total Drama Rama. I uh, I mean, I'm sure it has its fans, but I never really watched the original show, so I don't really have any connection to the characters to want to watch them as children. And I feel like it kind of defeats the purpose of the original show, but like I said, I'm sure it has its fans. There's definitely a niche there. It's just not particularly for me. I like I said, I like Craig of the Creek. I don't know if that's still on. I will watch regular show if it comes on, but um probably my favorite out of the newer Cartoon Network shows was Steven Universe. I watched the whole series of Steven Universe, and I miss that. And then um Gumball. I really like Gumball. Like that was one of those ones that it looked so weird when you watch it for the first time because all the characters are made of different animation styles, but it's actually really smart and funny. So yeah, I like Gumball. Uh let's see. Shoot, I don't have Paramount. The only streaming service we have is Netflix, and only because my sister-in-law pays for it because it's technically her account. Well, then, yeah, I would definitely just watch the Nickelodeon lineup and see when Fairly Odd Parents is on because it's airing currently, so you can still catch it on Nick. And I would recommend giving it a watch. I think it's not obviously it's not the same, the main character um oh shoot. Watch the one episode. I don't remember what the main character's name is. She's a different character. She's not like just Timmy again as a girl, but she's also not just like a Mary Sue like bland character. Like she has her personality. Even I only watched one episode, like I said, but I already got a personality out of her. So, I think um what is her name? Hazel? Maybe? I think it's Hazel. But yeah, I thought it was good. Have you heard of Harvey Beaks? It was made by a creator of Chowder, but unlike Chowder, that show it was much more calm and chill. It's super underrated. It ended after 2 seasons. I did see Harvey Beaks once or twice. Um, I don't remember it much. I would have to watch another episode to kind of see if I liked it or not. But yeah, I did watch it once, probably just to see what it was like. I did not know though that it was made by the same people as Chowder. I have watched Flapjack because that was also made by the same people who did Chowder, and that was weird, but same weirdness as Chowder. Have you heard of the Mandela effect? Yes, I have. Like the Berenstein versus Berenstain Bears. Which was I didn't really watch the show, but I had a lot of Berenstain Bears books. But yeah. Um Let me poke at this a little bit. Oh, it's still a little wet here. Yeah, there's a lot of weird Mandela effect stuff. What I was gonna say before though, I've also been so Cartoon Network has this block that they just started called Checkered Past. And so from like 4 or no, 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock in the evening, they play some of the old shows. Mostly they play Courage the Cowardly Dog, which is fine because, that's one of the classic Cartoon Network shows. But I wish they would play some of the other ones because they always show in the commercials like Billy and Mandy and Dexter, which I've seen Dexter on that block once, but they don't play them as often as they play Courage. And I would love to see like Powerpuff Girls in there too, the classic Powerpuff Girls, not the reboot. But yeah, they call it checkered past because it's like, the 90s kids who have a checkered past that are now watching the shows as adults. And they also, on Fridays from 5 to 7, have been doing Toonami Rewind. So they play Sailor Moon at 5. And it's, I was afraid at first because I thought since it was supposed to be like a nostalgic thing that they were going to play the original dub, which is so bad. I was like, oh, I really want to watch Sailor Moon on TV again, like I used to, but I don't want to watch the original dub. But it's not. They are running the new dub that they did for the anniversary. So I've been trying to catch that here and there when I get home from work. And my mom, because she watched the original dub with me when I was a kid, and I was like, Ma, this is how it was meant to be. This is the real names and the real lines that they said and the Japanese music. And like, I don't know, she doesn't get it. But it's been fun watching Sailor Moon on TV. But I have recordings from back in the day on the VHS tapes of Toonami playing the original dub. And there was a whole like gimmick they did with the lost episodes, which was basically the arc with Black Lady and in season 2. For some reason they called them the lost episodes. I don't know if they had planned on not releasing them and then they changed their mind and aired them anyway, or what the deal was, but it was like a big deal on the commercials. So yeah, I have that tape somewhere. I gotta get one of those VCR converter things. All right, let's. Oh, this is wet too. Goodness gracious, it's hard to tell which parts are dry and which are wet. You guys realize it's been almost 3 hours already? Can you believe that if I had been actually filming this video, I would have been in here for like 3 hours trying to do this? This is insanity. Maybe it was better that I wound up doing it as a live stream instead. Because at least I had some people to talk to in the meantime. I always appreciate when people come into the stream. Well, hopefully the new Fairly Odd Parents show will come to Netflix or be available to buy somewhere because I don't have cable. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sure they might release it on DVD. I don't know if it'll be on Netflix though, since it's a Nickelodeon show. They probably won't like license it out to any other streaming services. But I mean, there are other ways of watching things if you are you know happen to be somebody with an eye patch and a sword and a ship. If you know what I mean. Hint hint, wink wink. I remember being scared of Yo Gabba Gabba and I don't remember why. I can understand that. Yo Gabba Gabba was strange. Especially like the guy being like a giant guy and he opens the thing at the beginning of the show. Wish I had time to go through my old tapes and check what's on them. I wanted to look for the old Polish Sesame Street episodes since I don't think they're officially available anywhere. That would be really cool to see. So did you have were they regular Sesame Street dubbed into Polish, or did you have your own Polish like puppets and actors and stuff? Cuz I know they did Sesame Street in Spanish and it had like Pink Big Bird or something and other like actors. I've just been doing doll hair while listening and typing, so I'm good. Well, I'm glad I can keep you entertained while you're doing doll stuff. Okay. I'm testing all the way around the edge here. The sprinkles kind of falling off. But I think this layer is good. So the problem with the resin is that it's a little bit drippy always, so it doesn't make a nice solid edge like actual cake icing. But it is a Halloween cake, so I guess a little sloppiness can be forgiven. So for the top, I think I'm just gonna do like some squiggles. Just like somebody. Oh, come on. Stop farting. The stupid bottle has air bubbles in it. All right. Supposed to put this. Little spider web on top. And our little bats. But of course, I covered up the holes. Now I don't know where they are. Oh, I think I found him. Okay. Bring this over. This is really cute, though. I do like this. And the nice thing is there's extra sprinkles. I'll actually probably throw a couple sprinkles up top here before I totally cure it. Well, I think once I'm done curing the cake, I think we'll probably sign off because I do still have doll hair to wash myself that I wanted to do before the day is out. Even though I do have off tomorrow from work since it's Labor Day. Woohoo! Polish Sesame Street had clips from the English version, puppets like Elmo, Ernie, etc., but they also had parts with exclusive Polish puppets, a dragon, and a sheep that interacted with Polish actors. I never knew that. That's pretty cool. That, like, also is so unique for a TV show, too, because most shows get, like, just dubbed. It's very rare that you see a show that they just totally remake it for another audience. Except Power Rangers. I'm not good with technology, so I'm not sure I'll be able to find a version that was eye patched on a ship. But maybe as it airs more, someone will make it more available and I'll be able to. Yes, I would definitely keep your eye out. Arr. It'll turn up somewhere, I'm sure. Somewhere where you'll be able to watch it more easily. I think Yo Gabba Gabba Robot is or reboot. Reboot? There's a Yo Gabba Gabba reboot? I didn't know about that. I guess I don't really watch the Nick Jr. stuff that much. The only time that I turn on Nickelodeon, which is how I happen to catch the episode of Fairly Odd Parents, is if I see a rerun of a good SpongeBob episode from like season 1 to 3, I'll turn it on because they do play sometimes the good SpongeBobs. The later SpongeBob's, I can't. They're just so bad. But yeah, so that was how I saw the episode because it came on after SpongeBob, and I was like, "Oh, I'm curious. I'll watch it." And that was how I saw the episode. But yeah, I didn't. I mean, I don't think you need to have super technology knowledge to find places. There is one website that I go on sometimes to watch certain things, called watchcartoononline.io. Um, it looks kind of sketchy, but I've never had a problem with it. And they have cartoons that you would never even, like, you probably never even heard of. So it's a good way just to discover new shows. I watched, you go on there too? There you go. Yeah. You know what I want to watch? Speaking of this Halloween themed cake and everything, the 90s Beetlejuice cartoon. Because I used to watch that all the time when I was a kid. I want to rewatch that show. But they have all kinds of stuff on there. They have anime, they have 80s cartoons. So if you don't have to download anything at all. You just click on a button and watch. I don't know how up to date they are though. I mean, they do up. I was watching with my ex-boyfriend because he was the one that introduced me to Steven Universe and to that website. So that was where he was watching a lot of episodes of Steven Universe. So I mean, it's fairly up to date. I don't know if it's up to date as of like now, but you could definitely check. Let me get a little drip here. There we go. There. Yeah. I will say, I'm very glad that I bought this UV flashlight because this is very useful. I mean, it still takes time, but it is 100% worth it. It wasn't even that expensive. I've never heard of that site. I'll see if I can check it out sometime. Definitely, it's worth a look. Let me see what's going on back here. All right, there's still a couple of wet spots, but we're doing all right. It's just hard to get the drippy parts to cure fast enough without just sliding all the way down the plastic. I don't know how, like, the resin would have to be thicker to really get it to stay in a nice drip pattern. But this has been fun. Probably some of the more successful Make It Minis that I've done. Anyway, we're mostly finished. So here's kind of what the cake is looking like. Cut the light here so you guys can see. Ta-da! With the little batty bats. Lots of sprinkles. That's what it looks like on the back. I think I am gonna sign off for now. Now that we've completed a few Miniverse things together, but I appreciate you guys for coming and spending the time here with me while I did this. This was fun. I'm glad I was still able to do this even if I wasn't able to actually do a video, hopefully some people will will watch it later. For those of you who do watch the playback, thank you as well. And I'll see you next time with something else. So it was great chatting with y'all. Bye.